I got a new neighbor over here. Yeah. You got your title to the trailer.
Not that I know.
Yeah, you got it. It's
Oh.
a 22 instead of a 21. Mine came in as 21. You got 22.
Who's got them?
Stacy's got 'em.
Put your phone. I'll make a motion to open. Have a motion, out second.
I'll second.
All right. We'll call the meeting to order this morning. We do have a quorum. Gordon, if you'll lead us in prayer this morning, I'll do the pledge.
Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you for this day to have an opportunity to serve you one more day. Just be with this commissioner's court as we make our decisions, help us make the right decisions. We just pray that you get rid of this COVID, be with everybody in this county. We ask this in the Father's name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comments this morning from anybody? There being none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Departmental reports, senior citizens, Amelia here. Good morning.
Good morning. For the month of January, the center served 880 meals to our homebound clients, 142 congregate clients, for a total of 1,020 meals for the month.
Thank you. Extension office, Mr. Dixon.
Well, our stock show went well. The sale brought in over 70,500 to the kids. This last weekend, we had the Patriot, which was the makeup show for Fort Worth. My daughter Peyton got 3rd in her class, and then Emily Cole got 14. We had around 10 steers there for the county. We had kids in San Angelo. The goat show was this weekend, and then pigs, and then steers go in next week for San Angelo, then San Antonio. So be a busy month, so if you're trying to find me, I'm probably not here. That's all I got.
Thanks, sir. Treasury report, Ms. Parks.
At the end of January, the county funds ended with $4,638,066.56. That's all I got.
Thank you. Auditor's report, Ms. Mulder.
Yes, Commissioners should have received a copy of the invoice file listing. Let me know if you have any questions about the bills. And then also, just to make everyone aware, we have the payment due to the INS this week that will transfer to Bach Financial for the jail.
Thank you. Law enforcement, Mr. Arnold.
We're currently housing 10 prisoners in Snyder, 9 males, 1 female. We're looking at trying to open around the 1st of March. We've hired 1 more jailer to replace one that didn't stay. And she has her licenses, dispatch and jailer's license. But she needs to get trained on our system. one jailer out on Family Medical Leave. And we did get our 2 new vehicles in. So we're in pretty good shape on vehicles right now.
All right, thank you. I'll entertain a motion on the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Unanimous, passed. All right, we'll move into the new action, conflict of interest on bills, Ms. Mulder.
Yes, I have wrote in motor, I have 2 bills, one for $21 and one for $306.77, and then Martin's fee for $140. And that's the conflict of interest bills.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and second, all in favor? Unanimous, passed. Budget amendment line item transfers, Ms. Mulder.
Yes, I have a couple of budget amendments. One is for precinct 4 for Kevin. Got a belly dump that he paid with in his reserve cash, so we just need to make a budget adjustment to his expense for $28,250. And then I have a budget amendment for Pat's Hava Security Grant, and she had money left over from last year that we just didn't, it's in the cash, we just didn't roll it over. And so we need to amend her budget for that for $33,252.27.
I'll make a
Any
motion.
questions?
Motion and a second, all in favor? Unanimous. Burn ban resolution, guys, it's been off, I don't know what y'all wanna do.
I think we need to put it back on. There's been, where this wind's blowing, and we've been having some fires around.
Right now, it's when everybody wants to burn their grass off, and that year rotator, he burnt to the ground. If they wouldn't have had some of that grass burn off, it probably would have burnt to the ground. It is dry, it's pretty important that we get a lot of stuff burned off, or we'll have a lot of fuel to contend with later on, and they get worse. I don't think it's that dry right now. It is dry, but
What's the pleasure of the court?
Keep it on then.
Well, it's on.
It's off now.
Oh, it's off? I'd motion to put it back on then.
I'm gonna second it.
We have a motion and a second to reinstall. All everybody in favor?
Preston? No?
Kevin?
no.
I'll vote for it. Motion carries. Okay, review and approve the Chamber of Commerce lease. We've done this already. They come back to the court. They want to decrease their insurance from $250,000 to $100,000. This is on property, so all we've got out there are mainly the big new buildings, so I don't see an issue unless y'all do. But they're asking for a reduction in premium.
Oh,
I don't have no
like
problem.
the insurance list?
Yeah, dropping it from 250 to 100.
Just on the property damage, line.
Out there can be heard.
I make a motion to approve, let them reduce it.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and second, all in favor? Unanimous, Pat?
Yeah.
All right, number 6, review and approve bids for carpet cleaning in designated area. I don't know if y'all got this or not, but Joy's reached out, we got 2 bids in to clean the carpets. Bulldog flooring is $1,807, and night flooring, the ones that put it in, is $2,723. Or even if y'all think that needs to be done, that's what the court has it now.
What exactly are we talking about cleaning the carpet?
Just all of them. Carpets.
All of them? I think we need to go ahead and do it, kinda stay on top of it, that way you won't run so quick.
Yeah, and it's gotten a little rough. After we did all the IT stuff, there's a lot of trash and stuff, walls where they drilled it out, so.
Do we know anything about Bulldog? Anybody?
Joy? She in here? You know anything about
No, I
that?
don't. I know that they've been in business for a while. They were licensed and bonded. They're out of Abilene.
Both of them right out of Abilene.
Yeah, both of them are out of Abilene.
I think let's go with Bulldog, since they're cheaper, they're $1,000 cheaper.
Yeah, quite a bit cheaper, about
I think they need-
$100.
I'll make a motion to let Bulldog clean the carpet.
Do I have a second?
Second it.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Unanimous, Pat? Motion carries. Okay, item number 7 is to approve the bond for Preston Martin.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Do I have a second? Motion and a second, all in favor? Unanimous, motion carries. Okay, item number 8 is declare a 2016 belly dump surplus, local government code 263.151, Mr. Stewart.
I have a belly dump that was bought a few years ago that was way too light duty and is not holding up, and now I've replaced it and bought a new one. Wanting to sell that other one for name base.
I'll make a motion to, we need to declare it.
Yeah, that's just what we're doing, declaring.
I'll second it.
Make
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Unanimous, Pat.
Okay.
Item number 9, to approve equipment for item number 8, Renee Bates, Mr. Stewart.
Just want to sell it for name base. It's bringing pretty good. Everything's bringing pretty good on there last I've seen.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Unanimous. Okay, item number 10 is, if I can find it, it's the racial profiling just for the district clerk, or the district court, I'm sorry. He couldn't be here today, so he asked me to give you the racial profile. There was 326 stops. There was American Indian 0, Asian 8, Black 34, White 160, Hispanic 124, and on the gender breakdown, it was 96 females and 230 males. I think the sheriff, you got one due too, don't you? Next.
We'll have it the next meeting.
Right. Nothing necessary on that, that's information only.
Need a motion to accept that?
No, it's
No.
information only, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, item number 11 is consent of the court to allow Lance Green to remove the brick trash bin located on the east side of the courthouse, so the tax collector's office may put vehicle registration drop box in. Ms. Gibson, she here?
Yeah. Y'all know what we're speaking of, the trash bin on the east side. Lance just wants to demolish that because we already have the concrete slab to put our drop box there.
Is he gonna charge for it?
Probably.
I make a motion to approve it.
Second it.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. Okay, item number 12, consider and approve tax foreclosure, Ms. Walker.
Y'all have before y'all several bids for Royston lots that were on our last tax sale that didn't sell. Just, we got it through.
Where were they located at?
Did y'all get copies of them? or-
Yeah.
There's
Royston.
maps, yeah, in Royston.
They're all little bitty lots, aren't they? Yeah. I make the motion to approve. That,
I'll second it.
I can't remember what his name was, but just one bid, one person.
Todd Heath,
He's got multiple bids or,
multiple
Yeah,
bids
several
on all
different
the,
ones.
I make the
on
motion.
basically everything we had on the list.
I'll second or vote for it.
Who made the motion?
I did.
He did, I second it.
Preston second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries. Okay, item number 13, special budget revenue received after fiscal year pipeline income is modeled.
Yes, the auditor has to certify any, new revenue that wasn't anticipated for the year, and obviously we don't know what we're gonna get on the pipeline. permits. So, this one is, $2,375, from Energy Services LLC for Public Road Crossing, 329 FM 611. So that would be Preston's precinct. I just need to know the pleasure of the court where they would like to put that, expense, if they wanna make a budget for that.
Need to put it back in Preston's budget wherever he wants it.
Well, it'll go back into his revenue, but does he want an expense line item to spend that
Don't we have a
money?
line item for pipeline, or can we make one, or pipeline?
You've
revenue?
got a line item for pipeline revenue.
Well,
So
just
it'll go
put it-
under revenue, but what I'm asking is, are you planning on spending this money this year? If you do, we need one where you wanna put it in the expense.
Well, can't we move it later on if we just put it in the pipeline, if we decide to
Yeah, we
spend it
can just
later? Just put it in the pipeline,
We could just put it in the pipeline,
and
but
if we can
you'll
move
have
it
to
later,
remember.
if we decide to use it.
Okay, you just want it in the revenue now.
Do you, is that information or do you need a motion?
I don't need a motion, I'm just certifying that.
All right, item number 14, declare surplus, local government code 263.151, Mr. Martin on your back over.
I'm gonna put up a cat backhoe for sale and Renee Bates also. We'll try to get them all on at the same time, we might get some more interest in them.
But on this particular item, we just need to declare it first. before we
Yeah,
do
I'll
that.
make a motion, we declare it surplus.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay, now number 15, approve cat backhoe.
I'll make a motion to approve for auction Renee Bates.
I'll second.
Motion second, all in favor? Motion carried. Okay, item number 16, discuss GPS system to be installed on county vehicles and equipment. Mr. Elrod.
I'm just, I guess I just don't understand why it didn't come before the court and all that. You know, first to spend that amount of, well, I don't really know the amount of money we even was gonna spend on it. I remember when we budgeted, we didn't have it, we voted not to, as far as putting anything in the budget, but that's about it.
No, it was budgeted for in the communications line item, and the GPSs cost $945, which have already been paid for, but the GPS systems do not have to come before you guys, that's not your call on that, that's actually the auditor's call on that. For the local government code says that the county auditor has general oversight over the books and records of the county, district, state officer authorized or required by law to receive or collect money or other property that is intended for the use of the county or that belongs to the county. So all the GPSs will go on that county equipment, they're not going on personal equipment, it's county equipment to help us keep up with the county vehicles. And I think this is a positive. It helps us, protect us from liability and knowing where our county hands are at. It helps you guys keep up with your equipment. So that's the reason that it's being put on there. And so I don't need permission from the commissioners to do that. That's part of my duties as the auditor.
How much is the yearly contract on this GPS?
Well, they haven't billed us for it yet. It was $700 a month, but they haven't billed us for it yet. And Stacy's got an email into them because we haven't got them all put on
So about
either.
8,000 a year is what it's coming up to, or something like
Yeah,
that?
and it's budgeted for.
Well, any contract's supposed to come through the commissioner's court, and be approved in this court.
It was budgeted for and you guys approved the bills.
I've never seen a contract.
We
Is
even
there,
mentioned,
can I ask this let me finish first. Is there a problem with the GPSs? I mean, I don't understand why this is a problem. Can you give me a reason why that we do not need the GPSs on our vehicles? What is the good reason for not wanting?
Expense is one, if it's costing $8,000 a month or a year, let's say, my fuel bill was $300 for gas this last month.
Your diesel bill was $2,000 every
But not for
month.
gas, those you're just putting on the pickups, you're putting on.
We're gonna put them on all the equipment.
Well, I think that would void the warranty on Caterpillar. We already talked to them, they said it would void the warranty.
Well, Caterpillar has a GPS, that we can call in and just get that done through them if they're gonna say it voids the warranty.
And that's a whole lot more expensive than that.
Well,
That's
we
the
spend a
same.
lot of money on equipment, like $500,000 on equipment for the county, and I think the citizens of the county want to keep track of the equipment. We had a truck stolen,
Truck and belly dump, which we
a
lost
truck and
money on
belly dump
that.
stolen, and the
Probably
sheriff,
made money on that.
No, I lost money on it.
And the
It
sheriff's
costs them more
office
to
has already
replace.
put them on their vehicles, and precinct one's already put them on their vehicles, and so does senior citizens. So I don't see that there's a problem with the GPSs. I think it's a plus for the county to help. I get calls in about road hands not being where they're supposed to be, and if we have GPS, you're over it, you can look and say, no, our guy was at the barn, or no, he was on County Road, whatever, 325.
Same, I've never had a complaint where my hands have been, never had one complaint since I've been in there, they're somewhere they weren't supposed to be.
Well, I've got a whole list of complaints from all precincts of what has been going on, and it's not.
Well, why have you never told the commissioner if there's a complaint? We should know about it, we can address it, but we don't ever hear about it, how can we address it?
Well, do you want me to start addressing them in open court?
Well, you can just give it to us and we can address it. Every elected official should be in charge of their own department.
Well, you are in charge of your own department, but the GPSs are a positive precedent. I don't understand if your guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing, there should be no, you should like this. This should be,
Well, I like it, I just like putting the burden on our taxpayers, well, I don't like it.
Taxpayers want to know what's going on with these vehicles up and down the road.
I know we've decided that pipeline money that I've generated those contracts and they're gonna go to commissioners, but if y'all wanna reconsider that, I'd be happy for that money to go toward, oversight and auditing.
yeah, I mean, it's budgeted for, we have it in the budget, and a lot of your big pieces of equipment, y'all didn't even budget for. You just came in and said, I need it, I've got the money, we're doing it, and that wasn't a big question for the court, and this is a minimal amount of money compared to what you guys spend on the
The
equipment.
problem with that
If
is.
you've got a 200,000 piece of equipment, wouldn't you wanna know where it was at? Wouldn't you wanna track it? Wouldn't you wanna keep up with it?
We
That's a
know
lot of
where it
money.
is, that's the thing.
Well, we didn't know where a couple of trucks were that got stolen, so.
But and all they gotta do is unplug that thing, it does, it's.
It'll alert me when it gets unplugged too.
And where equipment has factory approved stuff, we should be using that instead of some aftermarket stuff.
Well, if you've got GPSs on that equipment, we definitely can use those GPSs. I'll be more than happy to
All
use
these
that.
pickups have OnStar,
They don't have a GPS
it
tracking.
is
that tracks it.
GPS tracking.
Then you need to get that to my office and we'll work that out.
But I think if factory available equipment's not gonna avoid warranties available, I think that's what we need to be using.
I've never heard of a GPS system avoiding warranty on a vehicle.
I've seen it happen.
Okay, well, bring me that information, please. If you'll bring me that information, I'll go over it and
It
we'll.
just seems like y'all don't wanna know, you don't want us to know where your hands
I
are.
don't have a
That's
problem
what
with
it
the
sounds
GPS, I have a problem with
It
it tied
sounds like
into
you're
electrical
hiding
problems. Cause, I've seen it happen many a time.
Well, as a taxpayer, I want accountability for the money being put into these vehicles in the county. We don't have much accountability in this county so far. We've seen that go on in several boards in several places. It's time we start being accountable for the money the taxpayers pay and put into this equipment, and where it goes and what it does. I work fire services, every truck, every ambulance, every city vehicle, so has it on, been on there for years. That's the way they keep up with mileage, they keep up with fuel, they keep up with diesel use, they keep up with, is the truck last us, maybe we need to get a new type of vehicle down the road, that one didn't last as long. Those are all things that this is about. Everywhere it's done, everywhere now. To say that y'all don't want it is ridiculous.
I'm not saying I don't want it, I'm saying that I don't want it to be causing electrical problems, and it
Well, I'm
does.
sure you can get that figured out.
I'd like to see how you gonna figure it out, because
How does every place in the other country do it? How does every city and every county that has fleet services do it? They get brand new vehicles every day.
Yeah, there's not a company around that I know that has a fleet system of vehicles that doesn't have some kind of GPS tracking on them. And I know change is hard, but we've got to get with the times, and we've got to do what we need to do to protect our equipment, and the county have trust in us that we're doing the right thing.
on my personal equipment, I've had an electrical problem cost me $45,000.
You have a GPS on your personal equipment?
No, I've had an electrical problem that cost me $45,000.
I'm married to a mechanic, and I asked him, is there a problem with a GPS being on a equipment? And he said, I don't know why we plug into that port to see what's wrong with the equipment, so if you bring me some information that says that the warranties are out, and we'll bring it back to court, but there's not really a decision on you guys for doing the GPS. This is my call as an
We got an email from Cat, I'll show you after. We got.
Yeah, we can use the CAT GPSs, that's not a problem. We'll just use
Think we
that
could
instead of the
use-
other.
I think we could use Chevrolets too.
We can what?
Use GMs too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think,
Star.
and I may be missing something, but I don't think Becky's arguing what you use, we just
No.
need something.
I'm not either. I'm just really wanting it to not cause electrical problems and not cause factory warranty problems and. I mean,
Now, this is
I've
the
never-
first I've heard of anybody saying that GPS is called factory warranty problems. I know Gina Parks worked for, what company did you work for?
Watson Electric,
And they had GPSs on all their vehicles, correct?
yeah.
Did they say anything about warranty?
I worked for AEP for years, and we had it on all of our vehicles, every one of them.
A good friend of mine was a mechanic, and I've been in his shop at least a dozen times where he's cut them things out of things that were causing problems. All these little car lots, these little bitty paid by the week car lots, have put those on there, and they cause all kinds of problems. I've seen it firsthand over a dozen times.
Well, again, like I said, I wanna see some information on that. I mean, it's odd to me that all these companies have them, and I've never heard of them having any problems.
I just got my maintainer out of the shop, that's been in the shop probably 3 months with electrical problems that the first thing they do is try to blame something aftermarket on there. They kept trying to blame it on a radio, on a CB radio that was
So
installed
who
in
is this that you're talking about?
Yellow House.
So if I call Yellow House and ask them if
Yeah.
the GPS is gonna cause a problem,
I didn't say nothing about it.
they're not gonna say anything?
I didn't say anything about it being GPS, we don't have GPS
What are
on
you
it.
talking about?
I'm talking about, we had an electrical problem on a maintainer that's been in the shop 3 months that they're trying to figure out what's wrong with it. And that's what they keep trying to blame it on, is something that we've put on it or something, and we didn't put anything on it at all. There was a radio installed on it, it was bought on it, it was installed on it before we bought it, and we bought it from them. It was bought used. And they tried to blame it on that, but they're just trying to figure out what's wrong with it. But that's the first thing they look at, is some aftermarket electronics.
Anybody else have anything on this out there?
I just don't understand what the problem is, accountability for the equipment.
We don't have any problem with
Then
that,
what's the discussion?
the way it's installed and what
The
we
way it's
use.
installed? You don't think they've got this down, that they've been doing it all across the country? For some reason, this county, they can't do it right?
I've seen it firsthand myself.
I
Over a
worked
dozen
25 years
times.
over there, Kevin, they had it in every vehicle we had. They got 100 vehicles in Sweetwater.
Who's gonna be responsible for these? Cause it could be $45,000 bill caused by this.
Oh, man, you're making up stuff as you go.
No, I'm
As
not.
county commissioner, I'm ashamed of what's going on with that. This is ridiculous. This is a no-brainer issue.
What's gonna go on that could possibly cost us $45,000? I'm giving you.
Well, how about your hand in every place he's not supposed to be, in a county vehicle that's not marked correctly, for one thing, and he's and he's not even in his precinct running up and down the roads. That's not good, Kevin.
I put over 30,000 miles a year on my vehicle, checking on my hands, since I've been commissioner every year.
Well, I see your hand everywhere but where he's supposed to be, and you tell me he's up and down the road, when's he working?
Well, he's obviously doing something, because we got 185 miles of road that we take care of. Some of the others don't have the 130 something.
Well, I mean, so I think that we can put this issue to bed as far as we're gonna put the GPSs on, the vehicles. And if you've got another avenue that you think would be better as far as the kind of GPS, or if you think it's gonna make your warranty, then send that to me in writing and we'll go over it, we'll bring it back up. But I mean, this is something that I think the county needs and that we're gonna press on with this.
If we're gonna put on Chevrolet vehicles, I think we need OnStar, because that can actually recover it if it's stolen. That's what y'all keep bringing up for.
It's gotta be factory installed equipment, you know, we don't have probably GPS, we're just gonna have to go through CAT or Chevrolet or wherever to get the GPS, so we're trying to explain to you.
I just don't
We
want
have
electrical
emailed
issues
CAT
or
saying they will
warranty
award the
issues or
warranty, I will
whatever.
get you that email.
No, that's fine. I mean, and we talked about we
And
talked
they
about
said
this
you can
before.
call them too, call Lee
I
County.
did call them about the price was a little bit higher, but yeah, we definitely can go through them if that's what you wanna do. But as far as the GPSs that we have right now, they're Verizon, they go through Verizon, they've got fleet everywhere. I mean, I think Verizon would've told me that it would've, I'll call them today and see if it's gonna make the warranty bad, but I don't think it will.
If you're talking, excuse me, I got a frog. If you're talking about the new vehicles and the warranty, you only have, what, 2 new vehicles? You've got one,
I think the sheriff's department's got
Has it
several.
got one?
Starts off
They
at
got
4.
one.
I have one on my car and it didn't void my warranty. I'm sorry, guys. I got one I put on there.
Yeah, the insurance companies put those on the car for the safe driver and you get discounts.
Yeah.
And also, I'm gonna call TAC and see if that we can get our insurance lowered on it, but I mean,
Yeah.
I was just about to say, last time we got a 10% discount for having those on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll even get a little break on that, but
I don't know what our total number for insurance is, but on what we're paying, 10% discount more
it'd be
than,
quite
more
a
than
bit,
pay for
would
the
cover
GPS.
the GPSs.
All right, that's all I've got. Court will remain open. Item number 17 is meeting for the TIF grant. Joy, we put that on there because it's a quorum, so we had to announce to the public. Y'all are welcome to stay if you want to see how the sausage is made on that part of it. Gordon, when that's done, you can close court when y'all get through.
Okay.
We'll just leave it open for now. Thank y'all for coming.
Do you want to sign
You-
it?
Yep.
They don't offer on stuff, so
Hey, Michael, on that stuff for wind turbine, I talked to Greg Strickland and, saying, now they don't even have 150 loads, and whatever, they gave 80 of them away, or whatever, that's 80 loads for us now, I'm telling you, you have to roll, we're gonna have to do something out there. Send them a demand letter, or what?
Like I've told you a bunch of times, I'm happy to do that, but we have to pin damages to them to do that. So I just need help.
Okay, so what do you need from me?
I need either testimony, pictures, things that'll show
Yeah.
that the damage is their fault, and then we need to know what the cost of repair would be. So I'm happy to do that, we gotta have kind of some evidence to back it up, so.
It seems like they know, they've already sent emails.
For that truck and your department.
You know, they donate material for it and this and that.
Yeah, but that doesn't admit they did it bad. I
Okay,
mean,
your
I'm just-
department on this one.
That's what I need to do a good job on
Yeah, it seems like that's something we ought to be trying to press.
No,
you know, that's what
Your grant.
Since I
I'll
never
take
get my
care of
folders
it.
it. I'm
back,
all for it,
I'm
like
just
I
gonna
told
give
you,
y'all the papers,
whenever it was,
'cause I need my
Thursday, Friday,
folders.
just
I go
let me
through
know
too many
what you want,
folders, just
I
hang
will,
on to
but
that.
if we're sending
Thank
demand
you. You're
letters, we need to kind
Well, I
of.
told them after I spoke to you and said, okay, I guess you just give me a year to do it. I mean, do it double days, and let me in and out of the ranch, run and get it.
And I gotta go make a
We're
copy.
half of it already, now you can come get it done. So,
Yeah, like I say, if we're gonna do demands and attribute fault to them, I just need a little something to hang my hat on that. If we're just gonna ask for it, we do that too.
it just seemed like it. We need to put a little more teeth in our road use agreement or something with them.
They never signed the road use.
So that's not part of the deal.
And just so you know, I just got
Unless,
approved
unless
this
they signed it
Friday.
and I never
on the
saw
two
it. I
roads
mean, we
that y'all
sent it
wanted
to
to
them and we
change.
went back and forth on it.
This
To my
doesn't have
knowledge,
anything
I
to
don't
do with
think
them,
they
but your
signed it.
170
We
is
should never
approved, your
approve the
254
contracts
is
without a road use agreement then.
Well, you did, I did.
We are good on
So,
that.
I mean, you know,
I
it seems like
pushed
you're
them
trying to
so I
be a
could get
lawyer
it,
and
so I had
complain
it
about
before we
stuff,
came in here.
but, I mean, if you wanna run all the contracts, you can, man.
That would be
You're the one that
good.
approved that, Preston, not me.
I felt like we really got to look at it till you didn't need it on my.
And I'll get started after y'all finish signing everything, so.
Got Ken and Mark.
Yeah, will you sign that one for me, Dexter? Sure that's, I know this is, I think that's all I'm gonna have. Here you go, all right, there you go ahead.
Their equipment deal, you want to get all the equipment we can send it. Again, to get
That's in the sheet, Vaughn, so you get a couple places to sign. Like I said,
Okay, you don't have your sheet for that?
There is
Well, I
principal.
have it right here.
You got everything you need
No.
for
My
the
sheet.
electric, we don't have to screw
I
it
got
up.
something that thing.
Do you have it in your
That hasn't
head?
even, I've actually ordered
I got
the
it.
ballots,
Pay for everything.
but the governor has not even sent me a thing yet, so we'll probably have to have,
Well,
right there.
that's special.
Oh, wait, sorry, right there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this, but
I have
do
a
not
special
take
meeting
it,
to order it,
please.
but it starts next Tuesday.
Yeah, you got it set already.
You can
But they
write
haven't
everything
sent
else
me
down at the
either
bottom
yet.
of that one.
So we we'll have to have a meeting before this started.
Gordon
You would
did
think
that this
that,
morning, he wrote
but
the
till they
rest of
send
his
me
equipment on
anything,
here.
till I get something from the Secretary of State's office
And
telling me
if you can
something.
write your equipment down here, you know, what it is,
There may be an emergency meeting. up
No.
here, and then this is Gina's.
whatever's written in here, just put 2 up there on the page, and then
Friday.
just put 2 on there, and then I'll update that sheet.
Yeah, cause I looked this morning, I still
I'm
don't have
good with
anything
that.
from them.
So this is a.
I think they're just making it up as they go along.
If you're gonna be using trailers, anything that you're gonna be using for this CTIP grant, and I'll explain why later. Okay, if y'all are ready, what I have found out from GrantWorks for this grant is that we need to fill out a labor sheet, which y'all have 5 weeks worth of labor sheets in what I just gave you. We'll have to have the guy's name, you don't need to put in any kind of hourly wage or none of that kind of stuff, but whatever it shows on here, which is gonna be this sheet here that y'all have. And that has your labor on it, and it has your equipment on it. So weekly, any equipment that you use or anybody that is working on this grant, it needs to be filled out on here. And then also on the second sheet on the behind it has for materials. And y'all need to fill that out on a weekly basis. What I would like to see happen to make everybody's life easier is when you turn in your timesheets, those need to be turned into me. Not the timesheets, but these papers here. Need to be turned into me because I have to send them up to GrantWorks. We have gone through and that big full sheet that, this thing right here, that we have filled out and everything, GrantWorks will keep track of all of that and their stuff, and they will send all the information to TxDOT on a monthly basis, and we will be reimbursed for what we are spending for these guys as part of this grant, which part of it has to do with, they have asked for our what we pay out for retirement, what we pay out for workman's comp, let me see, for insurance, all of these kind of things they're taking into consideration, and whatever percentage that our guys work on these jobs, they will take that percentage from the insurance and the workman's comp and all that, and that is gonna be part of the reimbursement for us. So any of the costs that we incur for this grant, they're gonna help reimburse us, which is why we've had to get all this information, and I know it's a lot of paperwork, but everything has changed as far as how TxDOT does all their stuff and everything else. But anyway, we need to have all of these things, filled out weekly, and if you can turn them into me every 2 weeks when you turn in pay sheets, that would be awesome. They are asking if I can turn them in by the 15th of every month, so we're just gonna have to play with that a little bit, depending on where our pay periods fall.
If we was to use that Cowboy Construction for some hauling, will it go on these,
You need to put it under the materials.
just under material?
Yeah, you'll need to put it under materials, because I think on that sheet it has,
Have y'all contacted them?
Somebody got their number?
I don't know if he-
Yeah, I got it.
They
I
got
talked
told.
to John the other day.
on the material sheet, it has a vendor, column on it. You can just write in Cowboy, or Doris Pippin, or whoever else y'all have had, that we have approved for all of that. If y'all need a list of all the phone numbers for all these places, then I can get you a list of all those. I can shoot them off to you in email or however you want. So, but anyway, Gordon, you had asked me a question this morning on some of this. I don't remember what your question was.
I don't either.
It'd be like mine.
It ain't. I've already started mine.
Have you kept up with any of the
Yeah, I've
labor
got
and
it wrote
stuff?
down on my calendar in my office, but all we've done is just pushing material.
Okay. Like I told both of them, everybody is approved on their roads to do, and I put a sheet in your folder
that has, I believe I did.
Did you
I don't
find
see
the
it sitting out.
information on that dozer from Becky? Did she ever find it?
It is a J, we do not have a K.
The J? That's what I thought, Kevin, like a K on it, so.
We don't have a K, we've got a J, so
I
yes.
thought it was, I thought it was a K too, that's what I thought too.
So anyway, surely we should have it on our equipment list somewhere. We don't have insurance on that thing if it's not even on the equipment.
Yeah,
list?
it's on there, the J is on there.
Okay, I thought you couldn't find it the other day.
The K is not on there, but the J is.
Yeah, I put that down because
This is your stuff here?
thought somebody told me that before and I asked somebody else and they said the same thing. So I thought it's probably right.
Yeah,
No,
after I
that-
get this equipment up, they will send me
12 foot, yeah.
a list of what, on the labor, on what the hourly rate is actually gonna be for the percentages, and for the equipment, what our rate is gonna be on that, so y'all kinda have an idea. But I gotta get all this up to them before they can do that.
I need to add my new trailer to there too, I get it on there. I get
Okay.
it, yes, but where the
Okay.
list is, I need to add that to it.
You probably have a copy of the sheet in there. And that was the one I was getting ready to refer to.
Why did you move my seat, Joy?
We're keeping you alert.
Huh?
We're keeping you alert. You gotta come in and not just sit down and just be
She wants to see if you notice.
complacent. We are keeping y'all alert, that's all. We're playing musical
Thought you
chairs.
separate me and Gordon or whatever.
Trying to keep all the trouble on one side.
They was
Was it
protecting you,
necessary?
Preston.
Was it necessary, Chris?
It's a COVID-19.
Yeah, y'all should have 5 weeks of those time sheets, Kevin. And when you need more, just let me know. I can reprint you some and, we can go from there.
I'm not finding the equipment yet,
There's not an equipment list in there.
but I had to find it.
Flip it.
Knock on wood, the dozer's been doing really good.
Right there.
It is just cold weather dozer. Wait till summertime till I get it
I'm
done.
not gonna have it in summertime.
That thing needs to be up north somewhere. That's why some of them tractors, I got a tractor the same way. You can't run it in anything this summer, but it runs good all winter long.
So you change that to a J.
I like a couple of weeks and whoever wants it next can.
You
come.
change
I won't
that
have
to
to-
a J.
I will change
I
it.
got
I've
nothing
changed
to
it in the
push that.
system.
I was
I
trying
have
to get
already
enough up
changed
where I
it
won't
in
have it
there
back.
after I printed
I ain't
everything
seen
up.
anything in a month and 3 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I
let me
think you've been
see.
So what do we do about where we already pushed material up, but we can't push more material up till we get that hauled off? So
You just have to add the hours into it, whatever it took you the first
document
time.
it later, or do you want to document it that you did it?
You go ahead and add the hours that you did the first time.
Whatever y'all work within that week that you're putting on that sheet, put in whatever work that y'all have done.
Yeah, but it's gonna look funny if we,
It's gotta be after the fact.
And you're gonna have to change the date on it when you push it up or something.
That's an easy fix, just.
I'm just trying to
So you document
eliminate
it
stuff
first?
not matching up with text dot and then we get hit with
as long as we
something like.
document it first, 'cause you gotta push.
Make sure you don't document at the same time I do,
Yeah.
because we only got one machine.
And when everybody's got the dozers, when you're gonna have to document it.
I started mine, I think I started mine in December or January. I don't
So you
remember.
get done with
Calendar. It's December because I ran out of calendar.
So you get done with it, and let somebody know. though.
Yeah, I will.
Or Kevin can get it, we'll be out the same place anyway, and I'll just get it when it gets done or whatever.
Well, and I'm gonna ask that if y'all do have questions, please let me know. And when I get the answers, I'll send you an email out because you may have a question and he may have a question, but you ask first and I get the answer before he can ask. That way everybody knows, we're all on the same page and stuff, you know? Just to try to make this as easy as possible.
And I'll tell you, if you don't keep up with it regularly,
It's,
it's a
yeah.
pain. Y'all know.
And I've never done this before, so I'm trying really hard to keep this as organized as I can so we don't get hit with anything later. And, you know, if I miss something, I'll take the hit on it. I mean, I have no issue going, I screwed up, so,
That's our story then.
no. If it's not mine, I'm not taking it. If it's legitimately
Oh, you
mine,
told
I
me.
will take it. I didn't tell you nothing. I told you nothing.
I'm just kidding.
Make look like old Schultz on Holden T Road, I know.
So we
I
need to
know
make sure-
nothing.
So we need to make sure we have it in by the 15th there of the month. saying, or?
Depends on where the time, the
Today
pay
was-
period fit.
Today starts a new pay period, so.
Right, today starts a new pay period, so anything that
So the
y'all
15th is
have,
gonna be
15th
after
is a
the next pay
holiday.
period.
Yeah,
So we don't need to do nothing until the 15th of next, till right before the 15th of next month, or are you saying we need to do it real quick?
Well, if you turn it in now, so you could go ahead and turn it in.
yeah, if you turn in anything that
If
you
you've
have already
already
worked
done.
on,
We're just done.
it gives me
2
a
days.
week to get everything put, done and everything, and I think on those timesheets, y'all have to sign off on them. On the bottom of those things, I think that y'all have to sign off on them.
Yeah.
On this sheet right here that y'all have, that one right there, Dexter, on this one right here,
Okay.
if y'all can just verify that what I highlighted on your sheet is your correct road, that would be great, because I went through individually and did this for each one of y'all.
Ron's right.
And I think yours is right, because we just got approved. I'd like as much correct information from the get-go as we can, because it's easier to do it instead of fixing something.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
So how long they giving us to do this? You have 10 and 22 as a deadline on this, but we don't have 3 years on this?
I think that might be our in-kind stuff.
So beginning day 20 of 20, ending day 10 of 22.
Let me see what you're looking at. I don't know if I can read it because I don't have my glasses.
I just know last time they gave us 3 years to do it, make sure we got a deadline on it or
Let's see,
something.
proposed in construction. Yeah, that's proposed. If we do have to go over or something, then
You file
that's,
for an extension.
yeah,
think
then
that's
we
one
can
of
get
They
with them.
give us how long a period we had to do it, so somewhere in there.
Okay. Well, like I said, if y'all have any questions, please ask, because the only way we're gonna be able to do all of this is so everybody's on the same page and we know what's what, because I'm scared of
It
stuff getting
sounds-
screwed up.
It sounds like it's a lot easier than the one we did last time.
I hope so.
Cause, it was a headache to go through there and figure all that stuff. But if we do it this way, it sounds like Joey's gonna be doing a lot of it.
Hope so.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately, but yeah, if we can do this, but, once I get the equipment in, they're gonna give us what our FEMA cost is for all of, the equipment and everything. And then that way y'all will have kind of an idea on what to do, but all we gotta do is just list the equipment. Y'all don't have to put the cost on your sheet, I don't think,
Did last time.
before we turn it in.
To figure it out.
So-
It's different on every piece of equipment, it's a different price.
Yep.
Yeah, probably so.
This thing,
What come from?
deal saying what precincts got what and all this.
Came from Becky. Oh, did you have that in your folder?
She gave us a equipment list, is what it is.
Yeah.
Kinda let you
Oh,
know.
if you
You got 2 of my trucks.
You had that
You
in
can
your
have that.
folder, didn't you?
Okay.
I ain't got a truck that runs right now.
Do what?
You had that in your folder?
Yeah, a lot of that, on that equipment list.
Oh, I want that back.
Well, you just-
On mine, I think the VIN numbers were wrong, some of the equipment's wrong, and it's not right, that equipment list.
It's not right at all.
Well, she did print me up another one, that has what TAC is covering. And who knew that a crawler was a dozer? Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
I'm going, what the heck is a crawler? Okay, here's what we got, Preston. This is that J. This is the 750J right here. The John Deere, and it's a 2006. And that's the one that we had questions on.
You added it to all of them, all precincts, that machine?
Yes, that is under it as all.
Here, read that deal.
Okay, and I scratched out the 750K because we're not doing that
That's the
one.
deal that.
Okay? And that right there is a 2014. This is tax list, this is what TAC has.
Well, TAC don't have the right,
You get to looking down there, it says
VIN
you
numbers,
can't.
the VIN serial numbers ain't right on my calculator
She did this
machines,
morning.
every one of them was wrong.
From what I understand.
Yeah, Becky's gonna have to check on all that because I don't have anything to do with those, but this is only the TAC list,
I'm
that's
just saying,
all.
like, if we got it under insurance, it's not the right VIN number, they gonna cover it, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
we actually had that happen on one of our farm trailers. If they put the wrong VIN number on it, and it actually got burned up.
Well, that's something Becky's gonna have to do, is go through and, compare all our VIN numbers and everything and make sure that that list is correct.
Oh, yeah,
So,
you give me this.
okay, do y'all have any questions on anything, on any of this?
Can we bring this back to you here today, or you want that right now? Which I found out I got the right trailer, you want one. You want that pretty quick, right?
I don't have to have it right now, but I would like it,
Cause this is how you gonna find out how much they're gonna pay us for.
correct, because I have to turn in this sheet,
Okay.
and I still have to put Gordon's on there. But he gave me his this morning, and then I gotta get yours, so the sooner I can get yours back would be great. That would be awesome, so, anyway, if y'all don't have any questions or anything like that, then,
You done?
then I guess we're done.
I'll entertain a motion to close.
Second.
No, somebody's gotta first, I can't, I had to take your, somebody's gotta make the first motion.
Okay, start over again.
I need somebody to entertain a motion to close.
I make a motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I vote against it.
I started to vote against your bond.
Well, I hadn't had a bond in a month, so I'll Commissioner hadn't had a bond.
Thank you, gentlemen, I really appreciate it, you know, it's just,
We'll get to it.
yeah, it's a learning experience, because everything's changed.
What did he say about the material deal on, you asked him about it?
Yeah, he don't even wanna talk about it, so we don't have a road use agreement with the windmill company.
I mean, you could just go get it, like when the highway department says we
I
can
get.
have a,
I've got a bunch of stuff over here, and I
And he
will,
said that we're the ones that approved
Yeah.
that contract, not him. I said, we didn't hardly get to see that thing, so how can we approve it?
I'm
Yeah.
assuming patent exists, and I'll get those over to her. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
hey,
Yes, sir. Hanging in there. You doing all right? Good.
I can feel that camera in my back when I'm sitting on. I'm not a public speaker, I just don't,
Fantastic job.
I just don't, yeah, my whole insides are like,
Impressed. I was watching you going.
I can do it, but my insides are like just shaking all over the place when I do stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, rock.
I used to have to, I worked at a company called Climatic Corp, and they were the distributor for Carrier down in southeast Virginia.